Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Be Nerds. I am your host, Lizette, and I am joined by four co-hosts right now. Is that right, guys? Is it
I think
Mm-hmm.
so.
four of you? Okay. It's
I
like,
mean,
wait a
four and a
minute.
half with how short one of us are, but it's not a big deal.
So I have Stephen and Gordon with me. Dylan is here,
Hola.
and this is going to be, I think, the first aired introduction, but technically the second introduction for our last person. So, hi, Delaney.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm super excited to be on here today.
Yep. So, let me just let our listeners know a little bit about who you are. So, you are Dylan's younger sister. You're Steven's and my cousin. You're, what, 8.5 years younger than me?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. And for some reason, you're like the person that I spend the most time with outside of Drew, so
Makes you feel young.
I guess, I don't know, it makes me
Pretty
feel
limited on
old.
too.
So, now that we have a little bit of our introductions done, we're gonna jump right into today's topic because it's something we've all been wanting to talk about for a while.
Finally.
So, we are talking about Renaissance fairs today.
I'm excited.
You sound so excited, Gordon.
I
You
have
sound like
been
you're
trying to get this episode to work for God knows how long.
I think at least 2 months now.
I think so. This is like one of the first ideas I like came up with by myself after I found out you frequent Renaissance fairs.
Yeah. So, Dylan, Delaney, and I, what would you say, guys? We've been going at least once a year for a while now.
Almost, I want to say almost 8 years.
It's been 8 years for you. It's been, I just looked back in my records. I've been going almost yearly for 9 years. So yeah, it would be 8 years for you because the first year you didn't go with me.
Mm.
And we are those crazy people who like to dress up when we go.
Was there
I'm
any other
so
way to do it?
jealous.
I mean, it's not fun
Wrong.
unless you're dressed up.
It's part of the
So
culture.
it is, and so we like going to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair. That's been our favorite. I've been to Maryland one time, but it was like the last day of the season, and I feel like I didn't get the true experience there. So I want to give them another chance because from what I saw, I didn't like it, but I do want to go again. I missed it this year, so I'm gonna try and go next year. But no, PA has been really, really enjoyable. The first time that I went, I was actually in middle school. We took a school field trip there,
Oh wow.
and that's what kind of sparked my interest in it. We went again in high school. I think it was ninth grade. Um, and again, I that was the first time I ever dressed up. I just wore kind of a cheap costume. I felt really awkward though because like my entire school was there and I was one of the only ones who dressed up.
They
So
weren't down? That's
no, everybody just went, like, everybody thought it was cool, but, like, nobody dressed up for it, and I was just like, "Mm,
They're a bunch of posers.
It's just that
yeah,
our family's extra.
this is true.
That's
This is
true. I
absolutely
saw
true."
that homemade movie you guys made.
Ugh.
Oh god. So the first time that I went again was in fall of 2012, and sorry, I'm just pulling the pictures up here so I can explain to you guys what we did. So I dressed up, my sister dressed up, and a friend of ours dressed up. So the three of us went as pirates. And really all we did, we bought a couple accessories, but for the most part, it was a lot of stuff that we already had that we were able to throw together some kind of simple costumes for the day.
I
So
love that. You can do it on a budget.
you can. I mean, we've definitely gone Goodwill hunting and found either elements or whole costumes just from clothes that people have donated. My sister and I have found bridesmaid dresses, wedding dresses that we've taken home and deconstructed and used them to make costumes.
Oh,
We
wow.
still have one wedding dress for a future costume.
Oh, I thought we had three.
We might. I know that we definitely have one for a big costume that we want to do.
Yeah. So it's just kind of knowing where in your area is good to look to find elements and just having an eye for when you see like a single piece, being able to look at it and be like, okay, what can I put with this to actually turn it into the type of costume that I want it to be?
Now, Liza, let me ask you this. Are you
Mhm.
guys basically mixing and matching already assembled pieces? Are you doing any sewing, any like seamstress work?
So, so the first year, let me look at these pictures again. The first year we went, my sister and I was wearing black jeans. I had some boots that I had just bought a couple years before that looked kind of piratey. And I had a dress shirt that kind of had puffy sleeves. So
Okay.
I just happened to have stuff in my closet already that kind of looked piratey. My sister wore cargo pants, and same thing, she had a dress shirt that had kind of a looser fit with puffy sleeves. We had some fancy scarves that we tied around our waist, and we have like captain's pirate hats that we'd bought a couple years before that when we went down to the Dolly Parton dinner show in Myrtle Beach that's pirate themed.
Oh,
So as far as that goes, we didn't really put too much together on those costumes. Like I said, it was pretty much just raiding our closet, raiding our mom's closet, and being like, this is good enough.
yeah, piecemeal.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah. Now the next year, hang on, let me pull those pictures up because I'll have to drop some of these in Discord for you guys. There is a definite upgrade in our costumes. Hang on, let me go back. I'll
And if
drop
you
you the one
and
from
if
2012.
are you putting them in the Discord so because we can use them on social media for people
Yeah,
that are listening, they can see them there.
yeah,
Okay.
I can do that.
As long as everyone consents to their picture being used.
Um, I think most of these are already on social media. My sister said it's okay so long as I don't like post any pictures that look horrible.
Ooh. By whose
So
standards?
hers, which are quite high, but it's fine. So this, what I just dropped in there for you guys was the first year that we went. So this is mostly, we did buy a couple pieces off of Amazon, but it was like cheap, like a $10 foam corset looking thing that I think I ended up throwing out at the end of the night because I actually bought a corset at the Renaissance Fair. But when you look at, let's see, so you guys can all see that picture that I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yippers.
Yep.
Okay, so you look at that and then look at the one I'm about to send you. This was the following year, and tell me that's not an upgrade whenever it loads.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely an upgrade.
It's like you
Now,
got a lot higher level armor in a video game or something.
what's funny is I know if you look at me specifically, I'm wearing most of the same clothes. I just accessorized more and I did my makeup, I did my hair a little bit differently. So we just got a little bit more elaborate on our extra pieces, but I'm wearing the same black skinny jeans, the same boots. I'm wearing the same shirt that I was the year before,
Ah.
same hat, completely different jewelry, and like I said, a lot more accessories. Um, I'll drop you a group shot. This is from Maryland. Maybe my computer will send it. Um, but we have done. while that's loading. We have done costumes that have required sewing, but everything in these first three pictures that I'm sending you, there was very little sewing, if any, required. It was just gathering up the pieces and putting them together.
Okay.
So those were some of our pirate years. Let me find you some other things.
My brain didn't register that that was a bear, and I thought it was a giant rat carved into that wood, and I don't know why.
Uh,
Wait, what?
in the group shot, there is a wooden bear behind us.
Oh, okay. I see. No.
All right, I have to go to the Facebook for some of these other photos because I don't have them on my hard drive.
Ugh, the
Um,
Facebook.
Wait a minute. In that most recent group shot, is that you, Dylan?
What?
In the back?
Maybe.
You gotta shout it out. You
What do
didn't
you
dress up.
I hate that picture.
I'm sorry. Never mind. We'll edit this out in post.
No, I
Probably
won't.
not.
You can leave it.
It's too much work.
It's very much a change from what my latest one would look like right now.
yeah, it's a lot different.
You wouldn't even
Um,
recognize me.
I
you
haven't.
guys
I'll
just,
send it in there later.
I was gonna say, you guys have to bear with me for a second. I'm scrolling.
Bear.
That is
Um,
a-okay.
3 hours later.
So,
copy and paste. Okay, what was your question?
oh no, I was just gonna fill time.
Oh, okay. So this one that I'm sending you now is another group shot. This was a lot of sewing on most of our costumes. So if you guys want to pop this one open so we can all see it a little bit larger.
That one is
I
my favorite.
Oh wow,
Okay.
there's a lot going on in this picture.
Oh
All
Are
right.
yeah.
you
So
So me and
are
Jordan
you
did that.
badass Belle?
so we had a large group that went with us. I believe this was either 2015 or 2016. It would have been no 2015. It was 2015. So our whole group, we got a lot of friends together and we're like, we want to do a theme that we all fit together. And what we decided to do, we did steampunk Disney and fairy tale princesses.
Uh,
That's dope.
So if we go from left to right, we have Ariel is on the left, then Elsa. When you get to my sister, she was Red Riding Hood. It was really stinking hot that day though, so she couldn't wear her cape, which
mhm.
sucks because her and my mom put a lot of work into that. So her entire cape they made. I think my mom made most of it. Gabrielle helped her a little bit, but Gabrielle got tired of it. And my mom just finished it like the night before. Um, Delaney is behind Gabrielle. She was Merida.
Benefits of having
Ah,
red hair.
Yes. Next to Delaney, we have Jenny was Esmeralda that year. I was Belle, Carrie was Snow White, and
okay.
then my mom wasn't a particular character. She just said she was an airship pirate. My dad was Indiana Jones, and her thing was she just picked him up. Like he was stranded on an island, she saved him or something, I think was her story that she did.
That's badass.
I don't think I have the full picture of my dad's outfit. So my parents actually went around to a lot of antique stores and like military antique stores before this year, and my dad's accessories were all like either antique or replicated antique military items.
Wow.
So he has only dressed up, I think it's only been the one time he's dressed up, right, guys?
I think so.
Thought he might have. Oh yeah, it was the one time.
Unless he just
Yeah.
wore the outfit again.
No, he only wore that once. He he had plans to do a lot of crazy stuff. We just never got around to making the costumes he wanted because he had some crazy ideas.
Yeah.
Um,
Somehow I'm not surprised.
oh yeah. But yeah, when he got into this, he got all into it. Now, what was really cool on this particular day, so like I said, he was dressed as Indiana Jones. There was another gentleman at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair on this same day. We did not know this was going to happen, who came dressed as Dr. Henry Jones, his father.
No way.
And I don't have that picture either. I think that's on my mom's Facebook page, and I don't have time to dig for it. They took a picture together because, like, my dad saw him, and this guy looked a lot like Sean Connery, actually. But like, he had the hat, the umbrella, the suitcase. He had business cards printed up that said Dr. Henry Jones Sr. that he was handing out to people. And when my dad saw him, like they kind of saw each other from across across a big open space. And for our listeners who either haven't had a chance to look at the pictures or um don't know, my dad is Hispanic. He has a very dark complexion. So this gentleman who was dressed up as Henry Jones Sr. was, like I said, he looked very much like Sean Connery. So my dad, standing across this big open space, looks at him, realizes that he's dressed up as that character, and my dad just yells, "Dad!" And this guy, it takes him a second to realize what's happening, and then he's like, um, he calls him, how did he said Junior? He called him Junior. He's like, "Junior, is that you?" My dad's like, "No, I'm Indiana." He's like, "We called the dog Indy," and they had this whole exchange with each other. And my mom got a picture of them standing next to each other, and the guy told them he will sometimes just go dressed up, and he was really hoping that he would find an Indiana Jones, and I think every time he'd worn his outfit, he had not found one yet. My dad, I think, was the first one he actually ran into.
I found a photo of your
Ah,
dad's
thank
full
you.
outfit.
Thank
Oh,
you.
That is awesome.
that is so badass, and that is so your dad, and that's
Yeah,
such a cool story.
yeah, so it was a good day. He has my Nerf gun that I painted up in metallics, and what else does he have on him? I think he had a pocket watch. Yeah, he has some cool stuff.
He had the
That's
Bandolier,
wear.
swag.
bullets. That's
Yeah.
It's swag. I'm sorry, that is
Oh,
swag.
that so what is that called that he has draped across him,
The
guys? The
bandolier.
Yes. That thing is freaking heavy. That's from one of those antique military stores. That's where they got it. Like, that's
Uh,
I think it's a replica, but like that thing has weight to it. So so that was the year. That was the year that I got the most compliments on my outfit. Um then I have another group shot for you. So this was 2019. So a little bit of backstory on this one in particular. This was 4 days after my mom died. We weren't going to go, but my sister and I had already canceled plans on the day that she did pass away. So we're like, you know what? The cousins, we're all going to get together. We're going to go to the Renaissance Fair this Saturday because she would not have wanted us to miss it.
mhm.
So that's this next one. So I did a different pirate outfit, but pirate outfit again. I bought Drew some stuff and made him dress up with me. Dylan, you did your wizard hat, it looks like.
The wizard hat and some kind of wizard robe thing that I had bought, and some really comfy pants.
Yes. Gabrielle did kind of an Indian, like from actual India inspired outfit. She had a lot of clothes that was already in that style. And then Delaney, what was the story behind you, Courtney, and Heather?
I
Was
want to
that just
say it was Autumn Harvest was the theme of the Renaissance Fair.
okay?
So this was very last minute, like got off work and ran to the Renaissance Fair. So we were in our overalls because we were farmers.
Ah,
Didn't we
I
call
love
you
it.
guys that you were farmersonly.com? I think is what
Yeah,
we were
something like
saying.
that.
You don't gotta be lonely at farmersonly.com.
Oh God.
So, yeah, so we did that. That was 2019. 2020, we did not go.
Mm.
And then This year I went twice. Dylan, how many times did you go?
3 times?
3 times?
3 times, because Delaney, you went
I went
twice,
twice.
right? All right, so I have pictures from when we went in summer when it was the Celtic Fling. So this is another outfit. I didn't really like, I just kind of bought pieces and threw it together.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. That's when I went with you guys. I went three
Yeah.
times. I went 3 times. Oh my god. I didn't realize it.
No, you didn't go the second time.
I mean,
So the boys were both wearing kilts because it was Celtic Fling back in, was that in June? I think that was in June.
think shoes.
So that was a fun day. And then Delaney, you, me, and Gabrielle went in, was that September?
I don't remember, but it was hot.
It was hot.
I will
Okay.
forever love that outfit that if you
Okay.
find the picture.
This one.
Yes, I will forever love that picture and my
Oh
outfit.
Okay. Do you want to talk about your outfit or do you want me to start?
You can
gosh.
start because I get very
Okay.
heated over my outfit.
Okay. So when we went this past fall, and for our listeners, I definitely recommend you look at least this last picture because it's one of my favorites. So it was just me, Delaney, and my sister Gabrielle. We all walked in wearing completely different corsets, each of us. So I was wearing the very first one I ever bought from the Renaissance Fair. It's a little bit too small. So I was like, you know what? I think I kind of want to buy another one. Gabrielle had already decided she wanted to buy one, and Delaney was finally old enough to also buy one. So I took them to my favorite shop in. Yeah, so once I took them to the shop, we all got measured and see, because I think Gabrielle was the one who really wanted to get a corset. Delaney was finally old enough to get a corset because you have to be, did I tell you 18 to be sized?
Yeah, at least 18
Yeah.
because we skipped 2020 and that's when I would have been able to get one.
Okay. So, for anybody who is interested in buying a corset, if you go to a shop at a Renaissance fair and they're willing to size you and you're clearly under 18 and they don't check, that's not a good shop. You should not, these are steel bone corsets. You should not be wearing them until you are at least 18. They can hurt you if you wear the wrong size and you're too young. Um,
Wow.
cer certain ones, if they I actually have some that I've bought that are such high quality and strong enough that they could be considered back braces medically.
Jesus,
Holy shit.
that
So,
seems
you need-
concerning.
but
Yeah.
if they're fit, so here's another thing, a misconception about corsets because a lot of times when like people see me wearing mine or see pictures of me, they're like, how, like, there's no way you wore that all day. You probably couldn't breathe. Again, if you're fit properly in one, you should be comfortable. The whole thing that they show in movies where they pull the strings so tight that the woman can't breathe, and like in Pirates of the Caribbean where she faints and falls off the or off the tower, that's not correct at all. That's a
Wow.
very, very poor misconception that has ruined a lot of people's understandings of how these work. So a well-crafted one, yes, it supports you. It's like I said, it is steel boned. They have steel lining them. Once you're laced in and they start lacing you in tighter, when you go to take it off, you have to unlace it slowly. Or once again, you'll ruin the corset and you'll also harm yourself. Um, yeah, there are a lot of people who do not wear them correctly.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Yeah, but like I said, I love them. I own, shoot, Delaney, do you remember how many I have?
Upwards of 6.
Let's just say 6 or 7.
I have the one that I bought this last time, the 3 that I bought offline. I have my blue one, with the black one. I have my original one. I have at least 8. And they're varying sizes because I've gained or lost weight over the years. So if I lose a little bit more weight, I still have like 3 that'll fit me really well. If I were to put on some weight, I have 3 that'll fit me really well. So I have the range of them.
What you're
Um,
saying is that you didn't have to buy one at that Ren Fair, and you could have bought the $600 pirate hat that you were looking at.
What?
Because we know that head is not shrinking.
eh, we
It,
were
it
on
was
the
it auto
Six
was
hundred
it
dollars?
was it autographed by Jack fucking Sparrow?
no, but it was really fucking pretty.
It was a
It was
pretty
What
very
hat.
was it made
pretty.
out of to be worth that much money?
It was handmade, hand decorated. It had a lot of feathers on it. It was very big and very blue,
The
which is
big
my
hat.
color. It was a big hat.
Biggest hat.
I think I deleted the picture of it off my phone because looking at it made me sad.
Oh, it was so
Um,
pretty.
it was so pretty.
Missing camera.
I made the mistake of putting it on my head and looking in the mirror before I asked what the price was because the good vendors there that have expensive stuff don't put price tags on their things.
Because they're smart.
That's when you
Yeah.
walked away.
Why do you think I have so many tiaras?
Yep.
I mean,
Which, speaking of
all
which,
one.
how many do you have now? Because
7,
I have 3.
7 or 8?
And how many foreheads do you have?
Listen.
Uh,
So we have some addictions to some of our costume elements from here. Obviously, mine is definitely corsets. I bought my first one when I was 19. Um, and then when did you buy your first tiara? It was in 2019, right? It
e-
was that.
excuse me. I have to interrupt. If we're going to be talking about all of this expensive fashion wares, now's a perfect time for our ad read. Because
Yeah.
we need that money to pay for these garments, ladies. I think we'll be right back after this.
So, we are back, and for our listeners, it's only been probably about 2 minutes, but for us, it's been a couple days. Had a few little issues with recording, some stuff happened, so we have actually picked up an extra person in the meantime. So, hi, Carmen.
Hello, guys. Thank you for letting me join you.
All right. Is everybody ready to just jump back into our discussion?
Yeah, I need to
Absolutely.
know more about the $600 hat that we were hearing about last time.
Okay, so I dug through and I managed to find some pictures. So I am going to send them in the chat and they should be uploading right now.
That
I don't
looks
have,
like Jack Sparrow's next enemy's hat in Pirates of the Caribbean 7.
yeah, I wish I had taken a picture of me wearing it, but once he told me the price, I took it off real fast because I'm like, I can't let anything happen to this while it's on my head.
Hmm.
And I sent a text to Drew and I was like, so I know that our deal was I only have $100 to spend while I'm here, but is there any way I can be allowed to spend more? And we had a nice little discussion about how I would have to wear that hat like every day in order for him to agree to it.
You know, he would have worn it 1 or 2 days as well.
Oh, he probably would have. But he was just like, yeah, he's like, he tried really hard to tell me no, and he couldn't say no, but it was very heavily implied. So I was just like, you know what? While it makes me extremely sad, I'm gonna do the adult thing and I'm not gonna buy it. So instead, I took the girls to the corset shop and I was like, hey, can I spend $200 over here? And he was like, yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
It's
Blackmail.
like,
Seems like an even trade.
yeah, I'm like, it's a reasonable thing. And he's like, he's like, I know you'll wear the corset more often than you'll wear the hat. So he's like, okay. He's like, I give up, that's fine.
that is some girl math if I ever heard it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it doesn't, ladies.
Hey, she spent $200, not $600.
But the budget was
So
$100.
$100 from the beginning.
okay,
You
but if
learn
we
the
hit the
hard
budget,
way
we
how
go to the
expensive
Renaissance
things
Fair.
are. Yeah, you learn the hard way how expensive things can be. I get it from that Comic-Con experience. It's the same thing for a Ren Fair. I'm taking it.
Yeah, you don't budget because you're gonna find something that you have to have.
It's going to be
Yeah.
expensive.
Like a $600 hat.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, she didn't buy the hat; she just bought the corset, so it evened out.
Exactly,
Right.
and then I didn't buy anything else while I was there. I just bought a little bit of food, and by that point, I was laced up so tight in the corset that I
You
didn't
couldn't
need to
eat.
eat. Didn't need to eat a lot, yeah.
This is why they invented corsets, guys.
Yeah. They definitely keep you from being super hungry, but at the same time, like we were talking about last time, if you are fit properly into the right size and you're laced in it correctly, it is actually very comfortable.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
I
Carmen, you
I
you
was gonna
missed
say I
that
could
part.
kind of see that though because like I get the same feeling with like my weightlifting belt. Like if I
Yeah,
have it in the right
yes.
position, it's like the right support for where you need it.
That's actually a really good comparison. I was telling the guys last time, I own like 7 or 8 corsets that I've collected over the years, and at least 2 or 3 of the ones I own, the company that I bought them from, they're steel bone corsets. They're actually high enough quality and supportive enough that you can get a script for them as a back brace.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
properly made steel bone corsets, again, fitted properly, worn properly, are not uncomfortable. Now you can get ones with plastic boning in them that will roll and break over time, break down a lot faster than the steel bone. There's a lot to caring for them properly and everything, which I was teaching the girls. At the shop I took them to, they actually went over how to care for them properly with them, and then I taught them a little bit too on the way home. Um, but Delaney, I think going back up to our photo of the 3 of us, do you want to talk about your outfit?
Yes, because my outfit kind of bugs me, just a little. It was funny, but it kind of bugs me.
So before you get into it, can I say something about it real
Yes.
quick? So when you guys look at this photo of me, my sister, and Delaney's outfit, she got so we've had compliments on our outfits before multiple times that we've gone. We've had people stop us and be like, "Oh, you look so pretty." I've had a few people ask to take photos of us, not too many. The amount of people who stopped her to give her compliments or to ask, like, she had a woman throw her children at her to take a picture with her, outnumber the amount of compliments we've gotten in all previous years combined in
I
one
blame
single.
the hoop skirt.
Yeah, I think it was the hoop skirt for that.
I blame it on the
And
bright red hair.
well, that's what I was gonna say. The other thing would be the hair, because your hair was freshly dyed. Okay,
Yeah.
take it away, because
Okay,
I know
so
you have complaints.
okay, so for a little bit of reference, I'm 5 foot. My hoop skirt was probably as round as I am tall. It was
Wow.
my own personal bubble. So it's mostly just little pieces that I ordered off of Amazon and put together. So like the skirt, the hoop skirt, and the shirt. Um, and I actually didn't have anything on the skirt at first, and I showed somebody, and somebody told me that I look like a pirate. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's roll with it. So I want to say the weekend before the actual Renaissance Fair, me and Lizette went to Hobby Lobby and Michael's, right?
Yeah.
And we were walking down one of the aisles in Michael's, and I saw this net, if you can see it on my skirt. And I was like, that's piratey. Let's get it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but let's get it. So we got it. And actually, Gabrielle rigged up a way to have it pinned to my skirt. And I had these little, like, I don't want to say ornaments, but that's kind of what they were hanging from it. So, like, they were piratey themed. So, like, a mermaid and an anchor. And I think I had an octopus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And
you have the bottle we were supposed to put dirt in, but I ran out of time.
yeah, because I wanted a jar of dirt.
I've got a
Got
jar
a
of
dog there.
dirt. I've got a jar of dirt.
Exactly. But so like I liked it because it looked so pretty. My favorite comment from the entire time we were at the Ren Fair, we were there for what, 5 hours, maybe more,
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere around
was
there.
one guy who was standing behind me who thought I didn't hear him goes, "Oh my god, she's wearing a literal fishnet." Favorite comment from the entire day. I was cracking up so hard.
Is that the guy when we were near the sword shop who
Yes,
when he realized we heard him, his face turned bright red?
yes, it was hilarious.
That is
Um,
amazing.
I had people ask me if I was the Little Mermaid all day, which is not what I was going for, but it kind of works.
Mm-hmm. Like when
Um,
she gets her legs.
yeah, and I had a tiara on. It's really hard to see. But yeah, I had a tiara on. So my favorite thing about the Run Fair is the cast members, the people that work there, because if they see somebody who's wearing a tiara, they automatically bow to you all day. I had people bowing to me and asking me how I am or saying Your Highness all day. It
I'm
The
was a good
sure
Queen of the
you loved it.
Seas.
Did
one.
the queen see you? I can't remember if the queen saw you that day.
Oh, I didn't get to see the queen. For some reason, we always miss her, but
Okay.
I did get to talk to. So this picture is from when I went with Lizette and Gabrielle, and then I went again with Dylan and all of his friends. And so, I don't have a picture of that one. I think Dylan has a picture of us. Yeah.
So she didn't wear the corset that she bought. Did you just wear the belt?
Yeah, I just wore the belt. Dylan just sent the picture.
Okay.
It's going through.
Yes.
It's there.
My hands covered. Of course.
Ignore me.
It was freezing cold this time. Um, so as you can see, it's like the same outfit, just a different. I don't have the corset on, of course. Um, where was I going with this?
Had to buy a cloak while we were there.
Yes.
Someone was like, "Let me wear a shirt without shoulders because it won't be that
I did
cold."
not think it was gonna be that cold.
Shivering the moment we got out of the truck.
It was comfy. But as you can see, I have a different tiara on in this picture too.
Oh my goodness.
She owns as many tiaras as I own corsets, I think is what we figured out last time.
Yeah, roughly.
You're what?
Uh,
What? 12?
No, I don't have 12 tiaras.
I thought she had like
You don't
8.
have 3 more in the mail?
It's like 7 or 8 at this point. I need shelves put up.
For your tiara collection.
Yeah.
You need to get a bunch of heads to put on.
Heads of our
Yeah.
enemies.
Dylan's will be
Oh.
first.
That's fine.
Did you want to talk about your favorite lady that you ran into the last time you went?
Yeah, so that's what brought this up. So me and Dylan were standing in line to get food while we were there. And this lady comes up behind us and she's wearing this gorgeous dress. Like it literally looked like she worked there. I thought she worked there.
I did too, and then I saw the alcohol in her hand.
Yes. If she was not tipsy, I would have literally thought she worked there. So she's like she's talking to me and she was like, "Oh, I just love your outfit." And so earlier in the day we passed one of the shops and it was the kilt shop, right, Dylan?
Yeah, the kill shop.
Yeah. And the guy who was working it was yelling out, like just talking to everybody, and he saw me and he was like, "Okay, I have to ask. How many midgets is holding up your skirt? Is it 2?" So I laughed and I was like, "It's 3." Haha, very funny. And then kept walking. This lady asked me the exact same question, so I said the same thing. And then she offered to buy them from me.
Oh my goodness.
She's a quality midget to hold up their
That was
skirt.
the funny part. Well, she was a drunk royal woman in character in line.
I love it.
Forced to have to take a picture with
Yeah,
her too.
we had a stranger come up to us, and I guess she thought we knew each other, and she was like, "Oh my god, you guys just look amazing. Can I take a picture of you?" And we kind of looked at each other, and we were like, sure, why not?"
Not awkward at all, guys.
Yeah.
So funny. It was a lot of fun, though.
Then we ran into her again, like maybe 4 hours into
Yeah.
that trip, and she was just
She was gone.
way
Did
more. She was toasty.
Did she
Like
not
that.
remember you guys at all?
Yeah,
She
she
did.
remembered us. She asked like how our day had gone. Asked how much money we had spent, of course.
Well, this is we
Listen, you spent more money than I spent.
on you. Someone didn't bring cash.
That's the International Bank of Dylan.
Thought they'd have an Apple Pay at
Would have
Ren
had your
Fair.
big brother.
I don't have like a Zelle or a PayPal account.
You mean you don't take American Express? Suspicious.
Zelle and Cash App.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, so we've had some really good interactions, whether it's been with cast members or just with other people who go to have fun. But like Delaney said, I think that's my favorite part too, is actually just like seeing other people who are dressed up, whether it's cast or just other guests who want to play along with you.
Mm. It seems like kind of like what we touched on when we were talking about conventions. It just seems like it's a very warm, welcoming community in a sense.
Yeah, I would definitely say so because, like I said, that when Delaney was with me and Gabrielle, that this one lady came and I'm pretty sure she wanted a picture of us. Her kids did not actually want a picture of us. Is that what we kind of figured out?
Kids were like giving us the side eye, like, I don't really know about this.
But this mother like threw, and they were young, threw her little kids up in front of us and then was like, "I need a picture with you," and like didn't even give us a chance to say yes or no. We were just like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess.
Mhm.
Now
Um,
you're on some random lady's Facebook page.
I
Yeah.
think we're on. I
Wouldn't be
think
the
we're on
first time.
several. Yeah, because the other.
Favorite is when we were standing in line at the end of the day. And so all day I had like a bunch of little kids like look at me like wide-eyed, mouth wide open, and like just stare at me because they all thought I was a princess, I'm guessing. And the end of the day, we were in line to get something, I don't remember. And this guy goes, "Excuse me." And I turned around, I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "My daughter just wants to say hi to you." And I look
Aw.
and she's staring at me and she just waves and goes, "Hi." And then like hides. She was like
Aw.
it was so stinking cute.
I forgot about that.
That's
I
really
think
cute though.
one of my favorite comments I heard when she went with me and my friends was she cut through one of the long lines for food and these two guys watched her go by, and I guess I tied up your hoop skirt a little. It was sitting a little higher on you
You
this
can't
time,
see my feet under my
so
hoop
you
skirt.
couldn't see her feet at all. So it looked like she was floating along the ground, and as I go behind her, I hear these two guys go, "She's floating, dude, she's floating." I'm like, Okay."
So they were
And Delaney's
probably
just
drinking too.
popping her head going, "I don't know what's
I
happening."
don't listen when people talk to
They probably found that magic bush.
me.
I just know when she went with me and Gabrielle, she kept telling us, she's like, "I don't like this." She's like, "Usually you guys are the ones who have all the attention. It was never me. I don't like how many people are talking to me. Why is everybody looking at me?" And I'm like, "You're the one who wanted to dress in the big hoop skirt."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I act nice. I don't act nice.
But yeah, all the little kids were following her. There's like a little gazebo pavilion looking thing at one point, and I had her standing there, and I was taking pictures of her just so that she had pictures of herself, like by herself. And I looked off to the side, and there's another little girl who like kept trying to come towards us, and her dad kept grabbing her and saying, "No, no, she's taking pictures. Like, no, no,
Aw.
gotta
Oh.
wait." And he was watching like three other kids. And I was like, do you want a picture with us?" And the girls made fun of me because they're like, "We're pretty sure they only wanted a picture with Delaney, and here you go, like, adding us in there." I'm like, "Look, it's a group photo."
Wait, I
Listen,
gotta be in this picture.
if
Gotta
you go to
shine when I can.
well, if you go to Disney World and you want to get your picture with like Cinderella, you can also get your picture with Cinderella and her stepsisters. So it's like group package. It's just
Yeah.
Wow, you just called
Wow.
Liza and Gabby the stepsisters, and I'm here for it.
I wasn't calling them stepsisters. I'm just saying when you go to Disney World, you can get your pictures taken with the stepsisters as well
As
too.
soon as she said Cinderella, I was like, "Oh shit, she doesn't know what she's about to do to me."
Wait, which one's Lizette? Anastasia or Drizella?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not saying
That's
they're the
funny.
stepsisters, guys. I'm just saying it's a group package.
Yeah, it's a package deal.
No matter where
Well, what
It's
Delaney
a
goes, she's
package
fucking
deal.
stepsister.
You can
well,
also
what's
get your picture
funny
taken with Aladdin and Jasmine and the genie. So there's that.
But what
You
makes
have
this
your
even
picture
more
of me with Shrek.
funny
You definitely
what
started with stepsisters.
what makes this even more funny to me is that we always joke that Delaney is the third sister because she was definitely my mom's third daughter, and she was also definitely her favorite, so
Aw,
it just kind of works.
the baby is always the favorite.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's funny.
um, let me think what else happened.
Can I
What did
ask a
I
question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you had mentioned earlier that there's a queen. Is there like every Renaissance fair has like a king and queen?
Oh, so they do different themes. So Pennsylvania right now I think is back on Queen Elizabeth. Like
Yeah.
it's actually a specific
We just
Oh,
historical figure.
wow.
It was a Kelby, it was not Aquaman.
It was Aquaman.
What are you mumbling about?
About our last run fair when Dylan says it was Aquaman.
It was discount medieval Aquaman.
They had Kelpies, if you know what Kelpies are.
If you know what an actual Kelpie is, that is not a Kelpie.
I'm so
What?
lost.
Okay, hold, please. You can tell that story in a moment. You've just confused everyone.
Beyond confused.
Okay, so we're gonna come back to that. So let me finish answering Steven's question. So in the PA Renaissance Fair, when I first started going, when I was in like middle school and high school, it was still themed Queen Elizabeth.
So,
And then for a couple years they changed it to King Henry VIII.
Mm,
And they had him, he was with his first wife. So it was young King Henry.
okay.
And there's a story that overarches for the whole day. So if you get there at opening and you go to the Globe stage, you can watch the first show of the day, which will introduce you to all of your major characters, kind of tell you what the conflict is for the day
Mhm,
and what's going on. And then throughout the rest of the day, there are other events that happen that continue that story, ending in the final joust, which is like your final conflict where whoever the good guy is wins and the bad guy loses.
mhm.
Um, they fire off lots of cannons and smoke and people die and it's a lot of fun. Um, they don't actually die.
Yeah, yeah, I figured.
I want
Dang.
my money back.
Oh, Astro World.
Uh, but yeah, so I think I want to say they've had another monarch for like 2 years before they switched back to Queen Elizabeth, but I can't remember for sure. So the actors change out periodically. They'll make announcements on their Facebook page that like whoever's playing the king or queen that year, if it's a returning actor, because they've had actors who've been on before, left for a couple years and came back and took the starring role again.
Oh,
Um, and they'll announce all of that at the beginning of the season.
hmm.
I guess the basic story that continues every week is that Mount Hope is the vacation spot for whoever the royal is at the time. And they've come for the weekend to visit with some of their subjects, and then you have whatever the specific story is for the weekend.
Uh,
So
So
is it
they're
like a rotating story? Like if you went 2 weekends in a row, you might not necessarily have the same
correct.
play.
Each
Okay.
weekend is themed, so it is a different script each weekend.
Okay.
wow.
That's
So
kind of
we
cool.
Yeah, so if you like we used to go on the pirate weekend all the time, and one year there was the Pirate Queen, and it's a different script each year as well. So you
Wow.
can go to the pirate weekend 3 years in a row, and it's not going to be the exact same script. They do change it up.
Okay.
Because one year it was the pirate. One year it was, I think it was a French pirate, and then the next year it was a pirate queen, and it was an Irish pirate queen. The year after that, we went during Time Travelers Weekend, which is a little bit more all over the place, but it's also a little bit more fun if you
Mhm.
like. That's when like people tend to show up wearing Star Trek uniforms, and Doctor Who is really big that weekend. Um,
Oh,
That makes sense. Time travel.
yeah, so people will theme their costumes based on what weekend they go to as well.
Okay.
There's Celtic Fling, there's Oktoberfest. Do you guys remember any of the other? You guys went during. Okay, now you can explain your weekend.
Okay, so this weekend we didn't know what the theme was. We just kind of went.
So it really wasn't a theme for like dress up or anything like that. It was the autumn harvest, so there was a lot of autumn themed things. But I guess the storyline they were going with was the bad guys had hired a magical kelpie. I'm throwing air quotes on kelpie. It was a magic fish man that can control seaweed monsters.
Yeah, that's not a
Dollar
Kelpie.
store.
It was
Poseidon?
Aquaman's great grandnephew. I don't know. But
Okay, but it was called Kelpie Invasion.
yeah.
Oh
Because they
my.
were kelpie bushes. They were hidden throughout the fair. Like you could see them wandering around in like the bushes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think the kelpie man
It's kind of funny.
was
It's
going around.
different.
He said something to you when we walked by at
Oh,
one
did
point,
he? I didn't hear
but we
him.
weren't listening. He said you could catch me with that net.
Oh, yes, I did hear that. Yeah, all throughout the day, everybody was like, "Oh, the net on her skirt, we can use it to catch the Kelpie." And I had no clue what they were talking about till we watched the final joust.
We were just like, kelpie seaweed. I was upset because it wasn't an actual kelpie. Other than that, it was a great show.
Hello?
Hello?
We can hear you now.
Hello?
Sorry, bad connection.
Leave it in.
No,
Yeah.
it's fine. I'm trying to think of what other themed weekends, what other shows we've been to. I do know we didn't go to Time Travelers Weekend this year, but they threw in some stuff from the some references to the Loki TV show because you had to look for the variants throughout the Shire that weekend. So they also keep up to date with pop culture in their shows as well.
Okay.
Wow. I
That's
feel like I need to
awesome.
go to one of these.
Yes.
You
Go as a
do.
Trekkie.
What was
Wait, what
that
did you?
word? You
Said
peaked.
you have to go as a Trekkie.
Uh,
Star Trek.
yeah.
Oh, Star Trek. Okay.
No, you have to go as a drunk fire tuck.
I
Have a
don't know
more
what
fun.
I don't know what that is.
You know who Friar Tuck is?
From Robin
Fire
Hood.
a
From Robin
fire
Hood?
tuck? I thought you said fire tuck. You said
Friar.
friar tuck. Oh, from Robin. Okay. Well, I could do that. I mean, the only Renaissance fair I went to, I was Robin Hood. And that was like years and years ago.
Oh, I
So,
remember you sending me pictures of that, I think.
So you're telling me
yeah.
that we remake that outfit to remake said photo, right?
It was the school's outfit. It was not mine, but we could remake it. Yes.
I mean, Liza, you still got that Link outfit?
Oh God.
No, but I'm pretty sure I could probably remake it very easily. The hat was made out of an old green bed sheet.
I'm suddenly busy.
But no, you
I'll go as
already
Link.
agreed.
Called a
No,
You're
kid.
too short. You can't go as Link.
Steven, you already agreed to our next group
Oh,
costume
yes.
Oh,
idea. Do you
that's right.
remember, Delaney?
Yes.
Yes. I'm
I
Yes.
so
don't know
excited
how
for that.
I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to make it work. Are we going to tell people what it is, or are we going to
No.
just wait? Okay.
Oh, okay. We're keeping it a surprise.
I
Mm-hmm.
guess because we're probably never going to get to do it, but
Don't say that.
I mean,
We're
Negative,
gonna do
Nancy.
it.
what happened
no,
to all
I'm
the other ideas y'all have had?
Those are fun
that's
ideas for a reason.
that's my point. No,
They
because
just
you
get
and I,
put in the memory bank so they can reflect
I don't
back
even think
on
they
them.
remember half of them.
well, no,
That's
Delaney, you and
true as
I are
well.
still supposed to be doing Shalyn and Yasna. We haven't done that. That's going to be, we have to make those outfits completely from scratch.
What is this we?
The one that
Look,
likes to dye their hair red.
yeah.
Yeah, I can do that part. I can't make anything.
Well, you
That's what I
have
got
to,
lined up for.
well, you have to be here so I can fit the outfit to you.
No, that's fine.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that
we're doing Shalyn and Yasna. What other? We were supposed to be Minecraft villagers one year so that we can just go around and grunt at everybody.
That sounds great.
Anyway,
That's Gordon's costume right there.
are.
Um, what other
Okay, stop.
group what other group ideas did we have? Because I know we had more.
A lot.
yeah, like too many.
We come
Too
up with
many
like
to
three.
remember.
Well, that's the thing. We come up with like 3 or 4 new ideas every year, and then we don't do them the next year.
It's because scheduling never works out.
Yeah.
comment I made about not remembering our ideas because we have so many ideas.
I remember the good ones.
Yeah. I feel like we've
I
lost
honestly
some
don't
of the
remember any.
we had some good ones that we've forgotten though too. I feel like
Lizette,
You're just yep.
you just like dug yourself a hole.
Yep. It's what I said. Dylan's right. That's it. Peace out.
I'm half asleep. Look, I yelled at lots of people at work
I'm
today. I'm tired.
partially not sober, so
Oh my. Well,
This is a great
this has
end of an episode.
this is a good one. This is a good way to bring it home, folks. I definitely enjoyed talking about Renaissance fairs, though. I think we need to definitely make something happen, and I do like the costume idea that we're keeping secret. To my knowledge, I think that's the only one that I was involved in. So I'm going to
It's the
say
only
that.
one. It's the only one that we ever told you about. You were involved in others. We just didn't fill you in on them.
I feel that that's probably happened quite a bit, and that works for me.
Probably more.
Oh my.
All right. Well, on that note, Stephen, do you want to take us out?
Absolutely. I want everybody for a great episode of Let's Be Nerds. I really enjoyed discussing the Renaissance Fair. I think that we have some potential vlog material or more podcast material down the road. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to leave us a like, a rate, a review. We'd love to hear from you, especially if you're listening on Spotify. We have the new poll and question and answer section. And today's question is going to be, have you ever been to a Renaissance Fair? And if so, what did you go as? We'd love to hear from you. And as always, the Discord link and the subreddit link are going to be in the description box below. So please feel free to join us there. We are also on Instagram and on Twitter. Those will be linked down below as well. And until next time, I want to thank you all for being here, and we'll see you in the next episode. Gordon, Lizette, are you guys as excited about the New Year's Eve special as I am?
You know it, Steve.
I mean, I know me and Drew are excited. We're both going to be there. And I think, Dylan, you're going to be there too, aren't you?
you bet your shiny gold buttons I'll be there.
Guys, do you know who else? Carmen, you are coming. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me and Bobby wouldn't miss it for the world.
So this is going to be our first time doing a live event, and people that are listening can actually come in, join the chat. They can join in on a microphone or through text chat, and they can actually be a part of it. This is like the best way to end season 1.
I lost my left shoe
Now,
thinking about it.
Steve.
Did it knock your socks off?
No, I didn't even have those on in the first place, so just a shoe.
Just a shoe.
What time is this going to start at?
So we're looking at, because obviously we have to celebrate midnight. So we're thinking around 10 or 10:30. We're going to have more details to follow. So this is really important. If you want to be a part of our New Year's Eve special, you have to get on Discord or Reddit. You have to be a part of the community to be on. I can't explain how excited I am for us to be live. We're going to take your chats. You can join in on the call. Tell us what you like about the show, what you don't like. This is going to be the most interactive we've ever been with anybody. It's so exciting. But, Gordon, do you know what the real thing is? Is they have to have green room. Can you tell them
You
about
have
green
to
room?
have Green Room. Green Room is a lovely addition to Spotify where we are able to go live and just be able to record with all of you guys listening in. You guys can ask to speak with us. You can join us. You can join in the live chat throughout the whole thing. We can bring you on so you can share your opinion on our podcast or just your opinion on some random BS like we love to do on our podcast and just chill with us all night.
And Lizette, do you know what the best part is?
What's
If
that?
are you a listener to Spotify?
Yes.
If you have a Spotify account, you can just download the Green Room app and immediately create an account. How easy is that?
Oh, okay. So it just ties into the account that you already have for Spotify.
Exactly. It's perfect. It's going to be like a 2-second download process and then a 2-second sign-in process.
Okay.
Carmen, I don't know about you, but I would really think that it'd be cool if some of our listeners would like either join in on the voice chat or through text and tell us New Year's resolutions. Are you big on New Year's resolutions?
Not so much on resolutions, but I just love being with friends and family, and I think it would be a great time to have more of our friends and family who are listening be a part of this, so that we get to hear from everybody. And what's a better way than celebrating the new year than to start off with a group of friends that are all on the same page?
Exactly. Dylan, I can't wait. Are you excited?
I am. Like I said, I lost my left shoe, and I think the cat took the right.
Oh my gosh.
I should hopefully find it in time. If not, like you said, I can join through Reddit or I can join through the Discord.
I can't wait. Well, I will see you guys all there, and everybody listening, we hope to have you be a part of our special night. It's the season 1 finale. If you're enjoying the Let's Be Nerds podcast, please come join us, and let's kick off the new year together and safely, in social distance, and just kind of be a part of a group where everybody's welcome and everybody's accepted. Hope to see you there. Let's Be Nerds is hosted and executive produced by Gordon Bryant and me, Stephen J. McLean. Let's Be Nerds is a production of Speak Easily Productions. Our social media manager is Kylie Gregg. Our managing producer and co-host is Lizette Ayala. To keep up with the latest on Let's Be Nerds, join our Discord server linked in the description box below. Follow us on Instagram at Let's Be Nerds Pod, or find us on Twitter at Let's the letter B Nerds.